Who's a comedian nobody will ever convince you is funny? Waiting for the 10 billion James Corden and Amy Schumer answers. Andy Dick. Carlos Mencia. I used to love Norm Macdonald, but these last couple of years is just a bunch of older recycled stuff. It's like he's not even trying anymore. I used to think Mitch Hedberg was funny. I still do, but I used to, too. Ellen DeGeneres. Brendan Schwab is Block Busier. r/the fighter and Thicket sends their regards. Hi Shane. Hashtag James Corden. There is only one correct answer to this question, and it is this pig. Lily Singh all the way. That guy with all the puppets, I don't even know his name. That Corden wanker. Jimmy Fallon. Nick Cannon. Not only is he not funny, he's a garbage person. Kevin Hart at this point. Guy is so damn annoying. Jeff Dunham. I used to find Jerry Seinfeld funny, in fact his show was my favorite. But now I just find him irritating. With age, I am beginning to see through him, and he is just a smug arrogant prick. Larry David on the other hand often acts as a smug arrogant prick, but I think he is in reality probably a nice guy. And he is extremely funny. Bill Maher. Amy Schumer. Or anyone whose entire act is I said vagina so laugh. Joe Rogan. Given how other comedians talk about him, I was expecting a comedy mastermind. It was probably the worst stand-up I've ever watched. Dane Cook. Chris D'Elia. Trash. Joe Rogan. I have no idea how that dude got his start from comedy. His comedy is just awful. Russell Brand. Even before his recent sex pest issues and his shows, I always found him insufferable, as to me he's the epitome of saying so much, but nothing at all. Useless and pointless soliloquies with fancy language that amount to nothing when analyzed. Reminds me of Jordan Peterson NGL. Amy Schumer. Norm Macdonald and Gilbert Gottfried have not come out with any new material in over a year. Also, Larry the Cable Guy. I'm glad he only lasted about 45 minutes. Bert Kreischer. Got enough of people like him in high school and college. He just comes off as loud and annoying. Jeff Dunham. I have the same last name and everyone asks if I'm related. I say no, I don't find him funny, and they proceed to do the I'll kill you bit. Not funny, never found it funny, but it follows me. George Lopez. How did nobody beat me to that guy? Kevin Hart. Amy Schumer. Steve Harvey. Stuttering John Melendez. Andrew Dice Clay. Andy Dick. Bill Maher. He will never be anything but a sleazy piece of shit in my book. Even with those fancy writers he can't manage comedy. Jeff Dunham. Carrot Top. Leno, Fallon, George Lopez. Tim Allen. People going to hate on me for this, but Joe Rogan. Leslie Jones. It's funny because I am yelling it. Russell Brand. Whitney Cummings. Although he has passed, I could never find anything Sam Kinison screamed as even remotely amusing. Annoying. Pete Davidson. Kathy Griffin. Bert Kreischer. What's weird is I love the comedians he is often associated with, like Tom Segura. I've never found Amy Schumer funny. Rob Schneider. I never found Joe Rogan particularly funny. He was good in news radio. Great as a UFC commentator, and his podcast is #1 in the charts, but as a comedian he's blah. Pauly Shore. This is such a circle jerk thread full of antiquated comedians that are no longer relevant. Down with Gallagher. Funny is such subjective thing. Ellen. Amy Schumer, or Kevin Hart. Edit. Added a comma because Kevin Hart doesn't quite deserve to be grouped with Amy Schumer face vomiting. Dane Cook. Leslie Jones just yells. Andrew Dice Clay. Just can't do it. At least, I tried. Jimmy Fallon, his over-exaggerated laughter drives me nuts. Dice Clay. Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. I'm gonna go with a more controversial answer that a lot of folks probably won't agree with. But I've never understood the appeal of Sam Kinison. I've watched multiple sets of his and I didn't find it funny in the slightest. Just annoying and cringy.